Good evening, this is JCN English News Edition, and you're watching with me, Nihoi Kim Kong Sai. First, the headlines. Manipur elections preparation saddled by weapon surrender delays. No big leader plans to visit the state. Manipur Congress asks CEO Manipur to take legal actions against officials violating elections code of conduct. Manipur situations improve due to central state cooperation, says PM Modi. News in detail. Manipur continues to be tense ahead of Lok Sabha elections 2024. The administrations in the state is awaiting the surrender of 12,000 weapons before voting. According to a top official, out of 24,000 licensed weapons, which are mainly old, only 50% have been surrendered. During elections, all gun license holders are bound to surrender their weapons for peaceful, free and fair elections. However, these 12,000 weapons are not a significant worry, as the bigger concerns are with the weapons stolen during clashes between the Kukis and Mayday. An official told News 18 that these licensed weapons are not very sophisticated and are also very old. On the other hand, stolen weapons are highly sophisticated, including the latest AK series weapons, which are missing. Apart from weapons, a large number of ammunition has also been missing since last year. Importantly, Manipur, which has seen the deployment of over 200 companies solely for elections purposes, may not see any campaign by star leaders from any political party. While opposition parties has made it tough for the government to run parliament over Manipur situation, the fact is that no big leader has planned any campaign in Manipur. According to sources, no leader has planned any campaign rally in Manipur so far. As per News 18, no leader has informed the concerned authorities about the campaign, which would be tough to plan considering the situation. Meanwhile, to address the issue of displaced persons, it has been decided that special arrangements will be made to enable them to vote. It is being said that special camps will be set up outside the relief camps to enable displaced voters in Manipur to cast their votes. Lok Sabha elections are scheduled in two phases on April 19 and 26 in Manipur. Women have outnumbered men in terms of the number of voters in the state. The hill state has witnessed sporadic, sometimes intense, ethnic clashes since May 3rd last year between the majority Mayday community and the Kukis, resulting in the loss of over 200 lives. While Maydays have concentrated in Imphal city, the Kukis have moved to the hills. The state has traditionally seen a high voter turnout, with more than 82% polling recorded in the 2019 general elections. However, ethnic violence has cast a shadow on the polls this time, with several city society groups and affected people questioning its relevance under the current circumstances. There have also been calls from several quarters for boycotting the polls. Prime Minister Modi, in an interview with the Assam Tribune, has said it is a collective responsibility to deal with the situation sensitively. I have already spoken about this in Parliament. We have dedicated our best resources and administrative machinery to resolving the conflict. Because of the timely interventions of the government of India and efforts made by the state government, there has been a marked improvement in the situations of the state, he told the newspaper. He said Home Minister Amit Shah stayed in Manipur while the conflict was at its peak, holding more than 15 meetings with different stakeholders to help resolve the conflict. Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee has requested the Chief Electoral Officer, Manipur, to take up necessary legal actions against the officials or authorities involved in violations of the elections model code of conduct for the ends of justice. In his letter to the CEO Manipur, the president of MPCC, Kaisa Megachandra, highlighted 13 recruitment notifications or advertisements issued by various departments of the government of Manipur, which he alleged were issued after the existence of elections model code of conduct. The letter stated that the Elections Commissions of India, as well as the Chief Electoral Officer Manipur, have already issued the Elections Model Code of Conduct in connections with the 18 Lok Sabha elections 2024. But during the existence of the MCC, the state notifications or advertisements or recruitment process have been published by the concerned authorities, which is a total violation of the Elections Model Code of Conduct. The MPCC stated that the state notifications are now available in the social media platforms and are also as widely published by the public. The process of the form submissions of the state notifications are still continuing in all the employment exchanges by violating MCC, the latter stated. Megachandra also said that the MPCC legal department has already submitted an application regarding the same matter on 2nd April 2024, but no action has been taken up against the authorities so far as his knowledge was concerned. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has commended the significant progress in the strife-torn region of Manipur, attributing the positive change to the collaborative efforts of the central and state government. Speaking to the Assam Tribune newspaper, PM Modi emphasized the dedicated allocations of resources and administrative machinery towards resolving the long-standing conflict. I have already spoken about this in Parliament. We have dedicated our best resources and administrative machinery to resolving the conflict. Because of the timely interventions of the Government of India and efforts by the Government of Manipur, there has been a marked improvement in the situations of the state, PM Modi said. Highlighting the proactive engagement of Home Minister Amit Shah during the peak of the conflict, PM Modi noted that Shah's presence in Manipur and his extensive consultations with various stakeholders attributed significantly to conflict resolution. The central government has been consistently extending its support as required by the state government. The process of relief and rehabilitation is ongoing, the Prime Minister stated. The opposition has repeatedly criticized the Prime Minister over the Manipur issue, holding his government accountable for the tense situation prevailing in the state since the outbreak of ethnic violence in May last year. Last year, the opposition initiated a no-confidence motion against the BJP-led government at the center, demanding a statement from PM Modi regarding the situations in Manipur. Responding to this criticism, MP Modi assured Parliament of the joint efforts being undertaken by the center and the state government to restore peace in Manipur. The entire country is with Manipur, and the center and the state governments are working together to restore peace in the state, he said. Since the outbreak of ethnic clashes between the Kukis and Métis in Manipur on May 3rd last year, nearly 200 lives have been lost. The violence erupted following a tribal solidarity march organized in the hill districts of Manipur to protest against the Métis communities demanding for scheduled tribe ST status. Apropos of the recent statement made by the incumbent Chief Minister of Manipur, Biren Singh, on the gut-wrenching viral video where two women, Kuki were paraded naked by a mob of Métis civilians in the presence of state security forces as a mere electoral vendetta between BJP and INC is highly regrettable, and the committee urged the Chief Minister to withdraw his statement. The committee, while endorsing the electoral process of the country, would like to appeal to all political parties or any individuals to refrain and desist from appeasing the general public on the harrowing plight of minority tribals, especially the Kuki community who are the victim of this genocide as a political scoreboard. Therefore, the committee reiterates that as long as our constitutions of India remains valid and democracy is to be upheld, neither the High Chair or the Prime Minister nor the Chief Minister can be absolved from the current political debacle which is facing the state of Manipur. Supreme Court today agreed to hear a plea seeking voting facilities in the upcoming elections for 18,000 internally displaced persons, IDPs, in the light of the ongoing Manipur crisis. The counsel for the petitioner, V. Patel, had mentioned before the bench headed by CJI D.Y. Chandrachud that 18,000 internally displaced persons want to cast their votes in the general elections of 2024. It was further submitted that the Elections Commission of India (ECI) rules permit voting of the IDPs who are within the state. An early hearing of the matter was requested before the bench, considering that the voting is scheduled to take place on April 19 in the state of Manipur. CJI D.Y. Chandrachud assured of an early hearing. "It's not necessary for tomorrow. I'll give you an earlier date. Don't worry," he told the petitioner. It may be noted that the ECI on March 16 announced that the general elections in Manipur will take place in four-phase manner. The people of Manipur will be voting for 2 Lok Sabha seats. The Kuki Students Organization, Chennai, made a press release yesterday, the 8th of April 2024, reminding all the Kuki citizens few rules and regulations to be followed while sending their children abroad. Following are the points to be noted. Parents are requested to advise their children to enroll themselves in society. Any person below the age of 18 is strictly warned to not look for jobs in cities. Any person without in possession of proper documents such as Aadhaar card and PAN are requested to not come in cities in search of work. Any person involved in the use of drugs or other illegal activities which can defame the community are requested to not come abroad. In case of conflicts between married couples or girlfriend and boyfriend, the KSO Chennai will not handle the case but will be informed directly to their parents back at home and will be left for them to solve it. The KSO Chennai shall turn a blind eye against anyone who doesn't register as a member of the KSO. If anyone comes as a consultant or agent to the city and didn't inform the KSO shall not render help to such people in times of their needs or when emergency arises. Office of the Magritech and amalgamations of the technical, agriculturist, and medical students of AMI released a notice to the general public as they are organizing a one-day program or career guidance in the professional fields of agriculture, pharmacy, medical, technical, and other wellness sectors for the educated youth. Special preferences are given to those students who completed matriculations and higher secondary studies. This is brought up keeping in mind our arduous struggles caused by the conflicts which hinders our development in the above-mentioned fields or subjects. It also aims to spread awareness and to uplift our society in the technical, medical, and agricultural field to the next level, which plays a major role in our day-to-day life. All concerned pupils and guardians are kindly requested to attend the said program. Timing 11 a.m. Date 13 April 2024, Saturday. Venue Lamka Medical College. The district administration, Lamka, today handed out a one-week rations for the IDPs of the district taking shelter in various relief centers of the district at Mini Secretariat Tuibung. For the 6,919 IDPs taking shelter under the jurisdictions of Tuibung SDO, the following rations were given: 372 bags of rice, 79.5 bags of dal, 73.5 bags of potato, 21 bags of onion, 45.4 tins of mustard oil, 20.3 kg of peppers, and 7,013 pieces of egg. For the 503 IDPs taking shelter under Saikot SDO jurisdiction, 27 bags of rice, 5 bags of dal, 5 bags of potato, 3.6 tins of mustard oil, 1.6 kg of pepper, 1.4 bags of onion, and 511 pieces of egg were distributed. For the 1,038 IDPs under Singa subdivision, the following were given: 57 bags of rice, 12 bags of dal, 11.5 bags of potato, 3 bags of onion, 7.3 tin of mustard oil, 2.9 kg of peppers, and 1,050 pieces of egg. For the 995 IDPs under Sangaikot subdivision, 55 bags of rice, 12 bags of dal, 11.5 bags of potato, 3 bags of onion, 6.5 tins of mustard oil, 3 kg of peppers, and 1,006 pieces of egg. For the 113 IDP taking shelter at Rental Kuman Community Hall, the following were given: 6 bags of rice, 1 bag of dal, 1 bag of potato, 0.3 bag of onion, 0.8 tin of mustard oil, 0.4 kg of chili, and 115 pieces of egg. Yesterday at 5 p.m., the Empower Coaching Center in Basic Hindi Learning course was inaugurated at CFC Church campus. Special guest Ace Dongal, editor Amy Times, in his piece said that being fluent in speaking and writing Hindi language can create great opportunities in search of jobs in the whole of India. Hindi is necessary to build ourselves in the educational field, he added, and further requested the students to take great importance in learning Hindi. The basic Hindi learning course was consecrated by Pastor Segin Manghokip, CFC Church. M. Zhang Kumanghokip, Chairman CFC Church, in his piece elaborated the importance of education in various fields, that we can achieve great things, great heights of success in our own fields of interest and talents if we are determined and have a firm salute. He also praises Kaimin Lal, the founder of Empower Coaching Center, and further requested students to take deep interest in their learning and benefited from it. The basic Hindi learning course is a 3-month course and will commence tomorrow, the 10th of April. The course is divided into senior and junior category, and 4 teachers will be supervising the students. The Zangadopna project, organized by the Kuki MP Manipur and spearheaded by the Kuki Women's Organization for Human Rights, KWOHR, in raising funds to render help for the frontline volunteers who passes away while protecting their motherland, had run smoothly till today, and monetary fund continues to arrive till today. The villagers who submitted their monthly funds today include Tuilumzang, Pisezol, Hengkot, and Pangsang, SL Tabang Pai, and the Bethlehem women. The last date for the submissions of the Zangadopna project monthly contribution is the 15th of April. The women who are yet to submit the funds are once again reprimanded to be more concerned about this project and submit the funds on or within the stipulated time. Weeks before India heads into 2-month-long elections with nearly 1 billion voters, political party merchandise and flag makers are expanding operations and working overtime to meet a surge in demand. Ahead of the first voting day of the 7th phase elections on April 19, garment makers are temporarily converting factories where they usually make saris into production hubs for election flags and banners. One such factory owner, Mukesh Agarwal, said there are as many as 40 similar factories in Mathura, a temple town in Uttar Pradesh, India's largest state and a key political battleground. As per Reuters, the cheapest and best items used for political campaigns are banners and flags. Agarwal said, elections merchandise is a low-margin, high-volume business where the price of a party badge can start from 1 rupee. Agarwal said some factories can produce 1 million flags a day if demand continues to increase. During an elections, India is plastered with posters from hundreds of political parties and thousands of candidates. As many people have little education, party workers use flags to promote their symbols and hang them outside houses and make them the medium of their campaigns, Agarwal said. A textile hub in Surat, in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's home state of Gujarat, is the center of elections merchandise, along with similar or several smaller hotspots like Mathura in the north and Hyderabad in the south. Election gives the economy a boost as political parties spend on goods and services as varied as small merchandise and helicopter rental. Gulshan Khurana, General Secretary of Trader Associations in Delhi's Sadar Bazar market, said political parties spent 30 billion to 50 billion rupees on elections merchandise, creating as many as 10 million jobs. Kurana, who has been a market trader for nearly 50 years, said there has been a nearly 30% increase in business compared with the last elections in 2019, when Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party spent a record sum to retain power. An opinion poll last week predicted an easy win for a Modi-backed coalition. Opposition politician Rahul Gandhi of the Indian National Congress said at the Friday release of his party's manifesto that the election is much closer than being propagated. A Russian Soyuz ferry ship undocked from the International Space Station and flew back to Earth early Saturday, bringing a Russian cosmonaut, a Belarusian gaze flyer, and a NASA astronaut to a picture-perfect landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan. Soyuz MS-24 as Commander Olесь Novitsky, flanked on the left by Marina Vasilevskaya of Belarus, on the right by NASA astronaut Laurel O'Hara, touched down about 90 miles east of the town of Zhezkazgan at 3:17 a.m. EDT. Russia's recovery crews were on the scene within minutes to assist the returning station flyers out of their cramped Soyuz descent module as they began readjusting to the tug of gravity. For veteran Novitsky and first-time flyer Vasilevskaya, the reclamation should be relatively easy. They launched on March 23 aboard the Soyuz MS-25-71S spacecraft along with NASA astronaut Tracy Dyson and docked at the station 2 days later. Spending just 2 weeks aboard the station, they returned to Earth aboard the older Soyuz MS-24 spacecraft that carried station commander Olесь Kononenko and Nikolai Chup and O'Hara to the lab complex last September. Kononenko and Chup are midway through a year-long stay in space. They plan to return to Earth next September, along with Dyson using the new MS-25 spacecraft delivered by Novitsky. Novitsky and Vasilevskaya brought O'Hara back to Earth aboard the older ferry ship she launched on last September. With touchdown, O'Hara had logged 204 days off planet, completing 3,264 orbits covering 86.6 million miles. She also participated in a 6-hour 42-minute space run. Novitsky and Vasilevskaya logged 14 days in space, spanning 224 orbits and 5.9 million miles. All three look healthy and in good spirits as they rested on recliners near their shared Soyuz descent capsule, waited on by support personnel. "I'm overwhelmed with emotions," say Vasilevskaya, speaking through a translator on NASA TV. "It's something incredible. I wish all people on Earth to treasure and cherish what they have because this is precious. I thank all people of Belarus," she continued. "We actually wanted to stay a little longer, but it's great to be back. It was awesome to be on board the station." Vasilevskaya, an accomplished ballroom dancer and flight attendant with Belavia Airlines, is the first citizen of Belarus, a staunch ally of Russia, to fly in space since the breakup of the Soviet Union. While relations between the United States and Russia remained at or near Cold War levels, the two nations continue to cooperate in space, jointly operating the International Space Station. For her part, Dyson said before lunch that she enjoyed training with Vasilevskaya, adding, "She's been a real delight to work with." In the run-up to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections in Assam, Union Home Minister Amit Shah had represented voters with two choices. During a speech in Lakhimpur, Assam, Shah stated, "You will have to decide on April 19 as to who will be your MP, which party will form the government, and who shall be the next Prime Minister. You have two options." As per India Today, Northeast, one is the INDI alliance under Rahul Gandhi's leadership, and on the other side, you have BJP under Narendra Modi's leadership. Today, in a mega rally in Lakhimpur, Union Home Minister Amit Shah addressed a fervent crowd, posing direct questions to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi regarding the party's historical contributions to Assam. "I want to ask Rahul Baba, what have you done for Assam? From the time of your grandmother, Indira Gandhi, what have you done for Assam? Shah quote. Emphasizing the need for accountability and tangible results in Assam's progress, Shah highlighted the BJP government's efforts in curbing influx into Assam, a key concern for the region. The BJP government has stopped the influx in Assam, Shah asserted, underlining the administration's proactive measures in addressing critical issues. Furthermore, Shah accused the Congress party of not fulfilling its responsibilities towards Assam, particularly in terms of equitable development and justice for the northeastern state. He contrasted this with the BJP's track record of mega developments and transformative changes under Prime Minister Modi's leadership.
नीलांगन पर्वत पर बैठी हुई मां को प्रणाम कर कर मेरी बात की शुरुआत करना चाहता हूं। भाई और बहनों, 19 तारीख को आप सभी को तय करना है कि आने वाले 5 साल के लिए आपका मेंबर पार्लियामेंट कौन होगा, देश में किस पार्टी की सरकार होगी और देश का नया प्रधानमंत्री कौन होगा। आपके सामने 2 विकल्प, एक राहुल बाबा के नेतृत्व में इंडी अलायंस है और दूसरी ओर नरेंद्र मोदी के नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी है। ये तय करने के लिए वोटिंग करना है कि आने वाले 5 साल इस देश पर शासन मोदी जी करेंगे, तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे और 400 पार के लक्ष्य के साथ फिर एक बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी।
Turkey will impose trade restrictions on Israel starting Tuesday on a range of products including cement and steel and iron construction materials in response to the ongoing war in the Gaza Strip, the Trade Ministry said in a statement. Israel responded by saying it would form an extensive list of Turkey's items to be banned from import and lobby in Washington and around the world for other countries to punish Turkey over its move. This decision will remain in place until Israel declares a ceasefire immediately and allows adequate and uninterrupted flow of humanitarian aid into Gaza, the Turkish Trade Ministry announced on social media. The ministry issued a list of 54 products subject to the export restrictions in a statement following Ankara's announcement that it would be taking measures after Israel rejected its request to take part in an aid airdrop for Gaza. The ministry said the restrictions would include iron and steel products, construction equipment and products, machines and more. The war erupted on October 7 when Palestinian terror group Hamas led a devastating cross-border attack on Israel that killed 1,200 people amid wholesale atrocities. The thousands of terrorists who burst through the Gaza border into southern Israel also abducted 253 people and took them as hostages into the Strip. Israel responded with a military offensive to topple the Hamas regime in Gaza, destroy the terror group and free the hostages, of whom 129 remained in captivity, not all of them still alive. Turkey has been one of the harshest critics of Israel during the Gaza war, with President Recep Tayyip Erdogan branding Israel a terrorist state. Responding to the developments, Israel's foreign minister, Israel Katz, ordered the economic divisions of his ministry to prepare an extensive list of products that Israel will prevent Turkey from exporting to Israel. His office said in a statement, Turkey is unilaterally violating the trade agreements with Israel and Israel will take all necessary measures against it, the statement said. In addition, Israel will appeal to pro-Israel countries and organizing in the US to stop investment in Turkey and prevent the import of products from Turkey. Israel will also ask its friends in the American Congress to examine Turkey's violations of the boycott laws against Israel and impose sanctions accordingly, the statement said. Erdogan is once again sacrificing the economic interests of the people of Turkey for his support of the Hamas murderer in Gaza, who raped, murdered, and desecrated the bodies of women, girls, adults, and burned children alive, God said. Israel will not submit to violence and blackmail and will not complain about the unilateral violations of the trade agreement and will take parallel measures against Turkey that will harm the Turkish economy. Turkey's export to Israel stood at $5.43 billion last year, down from $7.3 billion in 2022. According to the Turkish Exporters Union and Statistics Agency, Turkstate, Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan on Monday vowed reprisals against Israel over the airdrop incident, saying they would be implemented step by step and without delay. The export measures were approved by Erdogan, he added. Israel officials are concerned the announced restrictions could be extended by stopping flights over Turkey's airspace or regional oil activities, the Ynet news outlet said in an unsourced report. Israel Haman reported that the clothing and electrical goods industries in Israel are most likely to take the biggest hit from the restrictions, as many fashion outlets source items from Turkey. There are also household items manufactured in Turkey that could be affected, including Pampers diapers, which are owned by Procter & Gamble and are brought to Israel by the Diplomat brand. Also, Unilever manufactures some of its Dove line of soaps and shampoos in Turkey. Food giant Willy Food imports some of its products from Turkey as well, the report said. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.